Like even my family, my uncle is André Cymone, and like, you know, as Prince's like right hand man when they came up, like he bass player and everything like that. So Prince was around our family a lot too, and it just the energy around my family when it came to music was a little different.
Yeah. Did you get a chance to? You ever got a chance to be around Prince?
That I can't stop, it's that I won't stop. I made a few plays off a flip, now I'm on top. I'm Southside Chief, homie. Yeah. What you know about it? Lake Street legend CEO, not the co-founder. What you wanna know about me? I'm so cursed up. I'm the last man standing, but I went first up. Most hated, they don't say it when I roll up. The things that people say about me, they don't say close up. Check it, I ain't been to the booth in a minute. Niggas hate the fact that I'm winning. What makes him the chief of the south side? Well, my nigga, I'm not a lieutenant. When I was in the gym, you wasn't in it. Face hot, so my windows is tinted. If I said that shit, then I meant it. Niggas gave me the rules and I bent it.
All right, you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, another episode of Minnesota's #1 daily show live on Lake Street. Special guest in the building, young man by the name of Cuauhtli.
Yes, sir.
How you feeling today?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You ready for the spotlight?
Yes, sir. I'm always ready.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I find to be true, man. Every time we have, a student come up from HSRA, y'all know what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean it's part of the training up there. When you really dedicated and like really focused on your music, you kind of find your avenues to be able to like figure out how to navigate through the whole music business, not just the creating the music part.
For sure. Yeah, y'all. I think you're what, the third or fourth, maybe.
Yeah, I saw KB or whatever came up here. I saw him.
I think you're the third or fourth active student that goes to HSRA, and every time I sit down across from one of y'all, like, I'm impressed. That y'all are so. I mean, you seem to be almost media trained.
Yeah, I love it up there. Like I put myself in a position, like I'm a student intern right now. So once I graduate in the next few weeks, they're already ready to hire me on. So I'll be there there full time.
What are you going to be doing?
Working in the studio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like engineering type stuff, or like?
Yeah, like an engineer. I'm learning to engineer. I'm gonna do the DMI course. It's like a little college class thing where they teach you like the actual sound part of it.
That's dope.
Yeah. So, but then like just helping students out how to record, writing, like all that type of stuff. I play the drums too, so if any student wants to learn how to play the drums, like I could teach them how to do that too.
So that's interesting to me. So is your career path, is that part of your career path, or is that just kind of like the next step in what you want to do? Because obviously I assume you want to do music.
Like drumming?
No. No, like you're kind of like
working in
having the school be your first job.
Yeah.
Is that something you'd be interested? You want to stay doing that?
I mean, that's something like, I don't like to say this because, you know, I don't like to be in that mind state, but like I would be happy. Like,
yeah, you don't want to pigeonhole yourself. I get it. I get it.
But yeah, also me doing music did influence me wanting to work in the studio.
Yeah.
So if I didn't do music, I'd probably be doing something completely different, like working with kids or something like that.
Yeah. No, I think that's dope. And I also think like we need people like that too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of people out here that want to do music and be rappers and singers and drummers and rock stars and all that, but like we need people to work in schools too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially that school. And I think someone that went to the school obviously is going to be one of that's.
Yeah, that's a hard thing too. A lot of people that used to go to that school, like, and then started working there is like, it's tricky. You got to really be fit to do that, because there's some people that try to do that and it just didn't work out for them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. So we were talking a little bit off the mic. I want to mention this though. I noticed that Maria Hsra was one of your followers on Instagram, and I'm like, well, in order to get a follow from Maria Hsra, she got to know you.
Yeah, I mean, we've known each other since, she's known me since I was like born, basically. Yeah. So that's a real tight connection. Like she asked me to perform at the single that Mario on the West Side before, and then she asked me, like the West Side Boosters, they had like a little football fiesta. She asked me to perform there too. So
wow. Yeah.
So
you just grew up in the same neighborhood?
Yeah, I grew up on the West Side, and then my parents and her were like really close. So,
got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were just always around.
And you also have a connection to Rhymesayers.
Yes.
What's the connection there?
I mean, my family, my dad is part of Los Nativos.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Felipe Cuauhtli. He does the Lowrider show too at Soundset.
Okay.
So yeah, that's pretty dope. And then my uncle is also the CEO. Like, he married my like not blood uncle, but he married my dad's sister.
Okay.
So yeah, we're really close too, like that.
Okay.
But yeah, like all them people, like Sean or Slug.
Yep.
His stage name.
Yep.
I always call him Sean because it just it doesn't register.
He refers to himself as Sean in his music.
Yeah.
Too,
but no, yeah. So that's like really influential in my whole career because like I'm able to reach out to them and like figure out what's the next step in my career.
No, that's a great connection to have.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's even arguable. That's the most successful hip hop artist / group, whatever you want to call it.
No, yeah,
Minnesota's ever seen.
Yeah, it's unique because it started out. It wasn't a record label when it began. It was called Headshots.
Yep.
And like it was just a group. So the way that it culminated and grew into like a record label and being able to, you know, create things like Soundset and create different avenues of outside of music.
Early days of Atmosphere, it was Slug, Swarm.
Yeah, it was.
There was like I think it was 3 or 4 members of Atmosphere.
Yeah.
But nowadays, when we talk about Atmosphere, people are referring to Slug.
Yeah, it's Slug and Ant.
Yeah, like you know, what I mean, if you're tweeting Atmosphere on Twitter, you assume you're talking to Slug. Like it's weird. Not a lot of people I don't think even know.
Yeah, no, it's
a lot of people don't even know his name is Slug.
Unless
his name is Atmosphere.
Yeah, unless you're around that age group and like witnessed it firsthand, then you probably don't know about that stuff.
Yeah. No, that's great, and that's dope that you have that connection too.
Yeah.
That's something. I mean, usually when people kind of grow up in a certain situation that could benefit them, they try to not utilize that.
Yeah.
Do you hesitate?
I mean I don't wave it around like a little flag, like this is blah 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 blah. But I definitely do use that connection because it's something that if you use it the right way, it's something that can like propel you into a different atmosphere.
For sure. And you're clearly an artist.
Yeah.
And it's true. I don't know how, like, you're an artist.
Mm.
You're not a rapper, you're not a singer, you're an artist.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw it firsthand when I saw you perform.
Right.
The day that, Annalie Chopper came up to the school. I was like, oh shit. That's different. Yeah.
No, I definitely started out like rapping, but I just found myself like, I mean, I listen to all different types of music. Like, I'm not just don't have a headlock on hip hop or whatever. So I've always wanted to make different types of music. And then just recently I was like, I wrote hooks like where I was singing and stuff like that. But then like this past year, I really dove deep into like just full on singing songs and stuff like that.
You seem to be really free with your art.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you're just going to do one thing.
Yeah, no. I mean, I grew up, what I started doing, I was really a drummer, so like the lyrics weren't even. Well, no, I wouldn't say that because I did when I was 4 years old. Like I made my own drum loop and rapped over it, freestyle to it. But it the music part of it was there first before the lyricism for sure.
Are you a good drummer?
Yeah.
Are you a better drummer than you are a rapper?
Ooh, that's no.
You rap better than you drum?
Yeah, for sure.
Is being a drummer potentially a career path, like being a drummer in a band or something like that? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I want to like make a live album. Like I'm learning to play guitar too, learn a couple things on the keys, and like bass is up next. So
get on your Prince shit.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
I think that's a dope idea. I love live instrumentation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I love live instrumentation, especially in like hip hop and R&B.
Yeah.
I think it's really dope to hear like actual instruments.
No, I love that too. Like even people that I learned a lot of times too, people like take samples and then just recreate it. So like it just sounds way different.
Yeah. And that's a brilliant way to do things too.
Yeah.
You can kind of almost catch that algorithm of whatever the original was.
Right. And then you don't got to worry.
You ain't got to worry about it.
Yeah, you don't got to worry about clearing the sample or nothing like that either.
It's kind of like artists that, like you'll hear a rapper that'll steal a beat and drop a really hard freestyle over it, right?
Yeah.
And it's so hard. It's like, damn, I want to put that out as my own shit. Let me find somebody that can produce you a beat that's like it. You know what I mean? Recreate it. Let's put that shit out.
Yeah.
So, you dropped an album. Is this your debut? Is this your first album?
No. I had an album before, like last year around the same time, like in April.
Okay.
Then I dropped like a 8-track EP.
Okay.
But yeah, this one definitely, my delivery was different. Took more time with it. There's more of a I want to say like a personal aspect to it for this one.
Yeah.
Because the last one, it was, it took 4 years to make that last one, but I would say that was like, my artist development project.
Yeah. So the growth shows.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So maybe we could call it your professional debut.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
What's the title of the album?
Love Cycle.
Love Cycle.
Yeah.
So what can you talk to me about what the meaning of that is?
Well, like when you start the project out, it's like the first stages of like a relationship, basically.
Okay.
You can apply it to anything though, but like the first stage of relationship, you get towards the middle, it's like you get the problems, blah blah blah.
Yep.
Like around almost to the end, it's like, all right, let's just separate, part ways, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. And then towards the end, it's like, all right, we did what we did, it was cool. Then it's also like, because it's called Love Cycle, so it also like gives like a little hope, but then like the connection's still there, basically.
Got you.
Yeah.
That's pretty. How old are you?
20.
20.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're old enough to understand the love.
Oh
cycle,
yeah,
right?
for sure.
Right. I was questioning you, like, man, you ain't been through no shit, but I think that's beautiful. I assume you draw from real life.
Yeah. A lot of times, yeah, it's from real life experiences. Sometimes it's like I got inspired by a song and I'm like, ooh, I want to make something like that.
Yeah.
And then it turns into something, but most of the time it's from something that I went through.
You went through, or at least somebody. I mean,
or yeah, somebody I was around.
Yeah. I mean, so it's a concept. I mean, conceptualized albums is not something that you hear a whole lot these days anymore. What was that? Something that was like you were firm on doing that? You had to do that?
Not really, but I think just the way I grew up, it was kind of just like a natural way for me to make an album. Like it didn't seem too out of the box or too much of a thought process to it. Yeah. When it's like I had all these like examples around me of how to make an album.
Yeah.
Like even my family, my uncle is André Cymone, and like, as Prince's like right hand man when they came up, like he bass player and everything like that. So Prince was around our family a lot too, and it just, the energy around my family when it came to music was a little different.
Yeah. Did you ever got a chance to be around Prince?
No, not really. No, when he died, like 2016, something like that.
20, I think that's right.
Yeah. So yeah, I was still like almost 14.
Still though.
Yeah.
14 being around Prince would have been crazy.
No, my dad had his moments with Prince.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. Not funny, but I watched, with the Rihanna halftime performance, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all the the polarizing opinions.
Yeah.
And I heard somebody say something like, you're never going to top Prince. And I was like, really? Like, I don't remember it like that. So I went back and watched it. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck mind space I was in at the time that this happened.
Yeah, no.
But you're not topping that.
The fact that it rained too,
bro.
Like when Purple Rain started, and like,
bro, Prince was different.
Yeah,
it honestly shifted my entire opinion of Prince.
No, yeah, seeing him live,
rewatching that again, which I had already seen once before, and apparently wasn't blown away. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I don't know where I was at that time in my life, but
yeah, Prince is different.
Yeah, that was some different shit.
Different shit. Crazy.
Yeah, and it is his presence is prevalent here.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm learning more and more, like the connections that he really had. Like you're telling me now,
he didn't really talk about that stuff either.
He didn't.
Yeah,
that's probably why it seems like he wasn't as connected or dialed in. But he was.
Yeah,
he was
for
super.
Sure.
He loved Minnesota and really he was. Yeah, the more research I do, it's funny how much you miss.
Yeah, he wasn't,
because your life is just going on or whatever. But bro, he was courtside at Timberwolves games on a regular basis.
No, I went to Paisley Park the other day and he had like a little section just for watching Lynx games and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, Paisley Park is crazy. It's really dope up there.
You get a chance to record over there?
No, not yet.
Going to though.
Yeah.
What does it take to do that? You just gotta book it?
You can.
You gotta be special.
You can book it. But you can also make that phone call. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure that he's not there no more, so I'm pretty sure that some type of fee you put in. But you can actually. I was looking on the website, and you can like book on Thursdays or something like that for like the special VIP experience or whatever, and you can record in the little C studio they got there. So yeah, it's
probably expensive as fuck.
Yeah. No, I will. I think it's only like $150 or something like that.
Really?
And you get the tour with it, but I'm pretty sure you only get to record for like 30 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. I've never been there.
No,
never been to Paisley Park.
It's worth it for sure.
Yeah, I got to get out there. I definitely got to get out there.
Yeah.
That and rewatching that halftime performance just let me know. I need to appreciate Prince more.
No, it's crazy because you go into the office, because you can see like his office and stuff, that everything is left how it was, and like you can feel the energy of like Prince was in here.
I think my issue is like I've never been a huge fan of his music.
Yeah.
Like his, you know what I mean? Like his music, I've never been like, yeah, let's listen to some
Prince.
No,
I get that. I didn't really listen to Prince until he passed, and I was like, oh shit.
But watching him perform live,
yeah,
I'm sad I never got to see it.
Yeah.
Like nuts. He was a live performance, crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And who does covers at the Super Bowl halftime show?
Yeah,
only Prince.
Only Prince can get away with that.
Bro, he covered a Foo Fighters song.
Yeah.
And did it better than Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so the album is out.
Mm-hmm.
How long ago was it?
2-3 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the feedback been?
It's been good. I've been talking about doing a lot of interviews. It's my first time really like promoting and like doing the work, the after work for the album, not just putting it out, sharing it on social media and like just seeing what happens. Mm-hmm. This is the first time I'm like, all right, what do we got to do now for the business aspect of this?
Yeah, what do you think about that? Like the business side of how the music industry works in Minnesota. Do you think from your perspective, you think it's good? You think we need work? You think we should shut shit down and give up?
That's a hard question because like it's really just depends on a group of people you're around. Because like there's some people that's like, no, you got to do it this way. You got to do it blah 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 blah. And then there's the open-minded people, and they help each other out, and that's kind of rare to see. As far as like, because Minnesota's, it's not new to the game, but for hip hop it is.
No, it is.
So
still in its infancy stages for sure. Yeah.
So like, you still getting that like, people are still putting a competition into even the business side of it, and not realizing you got to take competition out when it comes to business. Music, that's fine, do that all day. I don't care about that. But when it comes to business is about partnerships and I don't want to say equal opportunity because, you get into contracts and legal stuff. It's about...
Yeah, you got to work your way into opportunity.
Yeah. So, but I think people do tend to let their ego get in the way of doing great business.
For sure. 100%. And that's not just in music either. I mean, that's in media.
Yeah.
Like, you're 100% right. Like, I could sit here and talk shit all day about other media platforms and they can respond and their microphones and all that, but like at the end of the day, like let's find a way to work together. You know what I mean? I think that's part of what's happened. That's part of that. Now we've become a part of the problem. Media has.
Right.
I'm just realizing this as I'm saying this. We are now a part of the problem because we spend more time beefing with each other than doing what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Like talking shit on a mic is one thing. I could sit here and say, oh, no, they did this and their interview with that guy was this and blah, blah, blah. But like at the end of the day, let's...
It's funny because that's what...
Share each other's shit or something,
That's what attracts attention a lot of times. But it's not what's going to make you money.
And with media, it forces you to choose sides.
Yeah.
Because now if I say something about, I'm not going to say any names because I don't want to start any shit. But if I say something about so-and-so platform and now they got, an artist that I want to interview is friends with those guys.
Yeah.
Well, now they got to choose. They can't come over here and do an interview because I just said this about them.
Yeah.
So now that's blocking their blessing as well. And it's like that is probably where media, we got to get it together, man. We got to figure this shit out.
I mean, social media is still new. Like, even though like my generation, we grew up with this, so it feels like it's been here forever.
Yeah.
But it's only been like what, barely 10, 20 years, not even.
Yeah.
Like having it actually on your like phone, not going on a
no,
computer,
for sure.
like somewhere like you can, any place you are, any time of day, you can just get on the internet. And
yeah, the first time I ever had Facebook on my phone was I think like 2009.
Yeah.
And that's only 14 years ago.
Yeah, it's still in the still a teenager.
For sure it is. Yeah. No, it definitely is. Okay, so are you going to continue to do like a press run, or what do you do about promoting the album? Like, are you going on tour? You doing shows?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to do as many shows as possible. I am trying to plan a tour, but I think I'm gonna save that one for the next project. I already got my next project finished. We're in the mixing and mastering stages. Yeah. So
yeah, that's another thing I'm wondering about. Like, why projects? Why full length projects? I feel like it's not the thing to do for you.
Yeah, artist. I don't know. I just make so much music. I think that I'm able to like consistently drop projects. But I also like this next project. We're being real selective, and I'm probably gonna make like 100, 200 songs. Pick 10 to 12.
Yeah.
And then like the songs that I'm like, all right, these are cool, but they're not album like songs.
Yep.
And just drop them as singles.
Yeah, I think that's smart.
Yeah.
I think that's really smart. Do you have you got features on the project?
This one, yeah, I got a couple features. One of the old students from Hsra, his rap's name's YMNK. Molly, and then one of I call him my young Padawans, my young proteges, because he's like 16, but they're always like asking me about stuff. And it's surreal sometimes too, because I'm like, damn, I'm only 20, and they're asking me like, dude, you inspire me. I'm like, shit. That's crazy.
Dope. That's dope though.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So, his name's Stone.
Does that drive you?
A little bit. I mean, when I hear somebody say that I inspire them, it's kind of like I'm doing what I was planning on doing.
For sure. Yeah, because a lot of people attach the money to it, right?
Yeah. So like, yeah,
money, but there are other things that you get out of this.
Yeah, it definitely reassures me.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're inspiring the youth, I mean, you're still the youth, but
yeah, no, that's the crazy part.
The more youthful, that's amazing.
Yeah,
that's amazing, bro. Like you could be saving somebody's life. You could be, you know what I mean? Like somebody might be choosing this career path because of you.
Yeah,
and you know what I mean. At some point, somebody.
Hey, that's the crazy part.
Yeah, and you got a long way to go. Only 20, man.
Yeah,
long way to go, man. I'm almost 20.
I know. I forget that sometimes. Like, I am only 20. Like, and I've got so much work. I put so much. I don't want to say pressure on myself, but I do have high expectations for myself.
That's okay though.
And then I feel like they should be reached already, but I'm like, nah, bro. You're only 20. You got so much time to figure this out.
Yeah. Who are some artists that you like that inspire you? Locally or not?
J. Cole is definitely my main. Like, he's the reason. I was always involved in music and around music, but once I like really heard J. Cole and like spend time with his albums and artwork, like that's what really like inspired me to like take it serious and really start working on music.
Yeah, that's a great inspiration.
Yeah.
What's his best album?
Best album, probably 2014 Forest Hills Drive. That's still
the correct answer.
Yeah, that's still the one.
That's the correct answer. No features. It's a perfect album.
Yeah,
it's a perfect rap album.
Yeah,
not even rap. It's a perfect hip hop album because he does a lot of different things on there. But yeah, no, that's the correct answer. You know what's funny is I didn't like J. Cole until that album. Yeah,
I didn't know him until then. Like he came to Soundset, and I probably like a year later. That's when I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Dang, I wish I would have known about him when he came."
Then I went back.
Yeah.
Because I had listened to what was the album just before Forest Hills.
I think it was Born Center.
Born Center, correct.
Yeah.
I had listened to Born Center, and I was like, he's got some cool shit on here. Like, yeah, he can rap, but like
he dropped 2014, and you go back to Born Center,
and I'm like, yo, this shit was
so much
fire.
Yeah, it makes it so much better.
I apologize.
It's funny how that works too. Like you hear a super dope project, and then you go back to the other projects, and it's like, why does this sound better now?
I think it's because it helps. I think Forest Hills Drive was such an important album for Cole because it helped you understand him as a person. Whereas like Born Center, it was a little more artsy. You know what I mean? Like it was a little bit more like
experimental.
I don't get what you're saying here.
Yeah.
And then you go through that process where you're like, oh, I understand this guy now as a person. And then you can go back and be like, you listen to it a whole different way.
Yeah.
That's what I think it is. Because even like, I remember when I saw J. Cole and Kendrick have a song, I'm like, oh, that's going to be fire.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
no, it wasn't. What the fuck
is this?
It's not what you expected.
But then I go back after listening to Forest Hills Drive and I'm like, oh yeah, I just didn't get this.
Yeah.
That's all it was. I didn't get it.
Yeah.
What about locally? Any artists locally that inspire you?
Locally, the students at HSRA for sure.
That's a good answer. That's a media answer.
Yeah. It's nothing that really comes to mind. I think Minnesota as a whole, just like where we've come and where we got to go still, like really inspires me because it shows the potential of like what we can do.
Yeah.
And like we can become like an Atlanta or an LA, and we just got to really hone it and put the BS aside and figure out what we got to do to really accomplish that.
Yeah, I agree. Or find a way to utilize the BS.
Right.
That's what I think.
That too, yeah.
That's what I think it really is. It's like we haven't figured out yet how to make the BS work for us.
Yeah.
Because it works for many other cities and states. You know what I mean? Like, let's blow it up. Or if you're gonna, you know what I mean? If you're gonna have a little rift between you and somebody, then talk to each other privately.
Right.
And then put it on wax.
Mm-hmm.
So there can be an understanding of like, look, yeah, I know we don't like each other, but let's do it. Let's keep it cool. You know what I mean? Because I feel like it gets, and you get problems with people running into each other out in public. And
no, Minnesota is definitely like, I don't want to take, nobody's street cred and nobody's like the shit that they done or like their, what they've been through. But Minnesota is definitely it's like a state that wasn't born from like gang ties and all that stuff. So when it got brought up here, nobody knew what to do with it. So it was very like no rules to what they're doing. So it's super chaotic. Like even you go to LA, Chicago, Atlanta, they got, rules and regulations of how you approach these type of things.
Yep.
Even though it's way more broad and like it's way more hectic down there, they still have like a set.
There's a process.
Yeah.
There are a set of rules. Not everybody follows the rules.
Right.
And you're gonna always have that, but you're right about that. Like this is why I would never have an issue with the quote unquote check-in. Because the check-in is a part of the process. It's part of the rules. It's not like when someone says you got to check in, that's not them disrespecting you. That's them letting you know, like, hey, you got to come talk to me so I can let you know how shit works here.
Yeah.
We don't have that here.
So you don't get messed up.
We don't have that.
Yeah.
We don't have that at all. Like, I don't know who you check in with.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I don't know who you check in with here. Like, there isn't a check-in process. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, I think it's more of less of a group thing here, and it's more of like a solo vendetta people have against each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like even when you do hang around in groups, it's like it's still like part of that is like it's separated to a degree.
Yeah. I think you're right. Yeah, there's always that feeling when you're out at an event or in public. There's always that feeling of like unease. Not every, you know what I mean? Like it's hard to relax. It's hard to relax. Yeah, you're definitely right about that. So my last question for you, and I ask everybody that goes to the school this: if you could give one good reason why somebody should come to the school and finish out their schooling career at HSRA, what would it be?
One good reason. The people up there. Like I know there's a lot of but that comes with anywhere you go. It's politics and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's good-hearted people. So like they genuinely care about you up there. So like if you're going through something, they're gonna go out their way to see what's up with you. And if you're not showing up to school, they're gonna call you on the phone. Go find. There was like I've known teachers to go find students and go outside of their regular work day to go find so and so and see what they're doing and bring them back to school.
Your lives actually matter.
Yeah, it's
not just math and reading and
right.
And all that. Yeah, I think that's great. I think it's important, man. I think it's a great place, and I already know plenty of people that have graduated from there. That have come out of there, great people, great artists, great everything, and it seems to just be churning them out every day.
No, it's a lot of talent up at that school.
Yeah,
it's just the ones that really focus on it, and like don't let the distractions get the best of them. Like those are the ones I see really doing something with their career.
For sure. So tell people where they can find you, where they can get the album, everything.
Yeah. So my socials, they're all Cuauhtli Day, CUAUHTLIDAY. That goes for Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook, everything. And then I'm on Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, whatever.
All major DSPs.
Whatever the other ones are. I know there's a little smaller ones too. Amazon Music.
It's under the same name?
Yeah, Cuauhtli, CUAUHTLI.
Okay. And the title of the album again is?
Love Cycle.
Love Cycle.
Yes, sir.
Love Cycle. Okay, man. Got any closing thoughts?
Nah. Just stick to your gut. Follow your art. All the little cliches.
For sure.
They actually mean something.
No, they do. They're cliches for a reason.
Yeah.
For sure. Cool, man. Well, I appreciate your time. I'm glad we could do it.
Yeah.
And keep going, man.
Thank you.
Don't give up.
For sure.
Keep going. That's it. Another episode of Minnesota's #1 daily show live on Lake Street. I'm Jake Faircloth. Follow me everywhere at Jake Faircloth.
Peace.
It ain't that I can't stop. It's that I won't stop. I made a few plays off a flip. Now I'm on top. I'm Southside Chief, homie. Yeah. What you know about it? Lake Street legend CEO, not the co-founder. What you wanna know about me? I'm so churched up. I'm the last man standing, but I went first up. Most hated, they don't say it when I roll up. The things that people say about me, they don't say close up. Check it. I ain't been to the booth in a minute. Niggas hate the fact that I'm winning. Who makes him the chief of the South Side? Well, my nigga, I'm not the lieutenant. When I was in the gym, you wasn't in it. Face hot, so my windows is tinted. If I said that shit, then I meant it. Niggas gave me the rules and I bent it.